You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
So here's what's been happening with Darius Slay, and it's turned into one of the more surprising mid-season storylines in the NFL. After just 10 games in Pittsburgh, it was announced that the Steelers and the six-time Pro Bowl cornerback have mutually agreed to part ways. It's a quick ending to what many thought would be a stabilizing veteran presence in a rebuilt secondary. Slay came in during the offseason on a one-year deal and was expected to be a key figure in a secondary that had been revamped with big names, including Jalen Ramsey. But the season didn't unfold the way anyone pictured. Injuries slowed him down early, and inconsistent performance eventually caused him to lose his starting job to James Pierre ahead of the Week 12 matchup against the Chicago Bears. Then came the real sign of trouble. Slay was a healthy scratch during the Week 13 loss to the Bills. What makes this even more noteworthy is that Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin had publicly said weeks earlier that, when healthy, Slay would remain in the starting lineup. But just hours before Slay's release, Tomlin explained that the decision to sit him wasn't necessarily about Slay. He said he wanted to give Asante Samuel Jr., recently elevated from the practice squad, a chance to play. And now Samuel is officially taking Slay's roster spot. Slay wasn't the only roster shakeup. The Steelers also claimed veteran receiver Adam Thielen off waivers, adding yet another layer of change to a team that's already made a ton of adjustments this year. As for Slay himself, he finishes his short stint in Pittsburgh with 38 tackles, 3 passes defensed, and 1 tackle for loss across 10 games. Not terrible production, but not quite the impact the Steelers hoped for, especially from a former All-Pro and Super Bowl champion. Now the big question is, what's next for him? Because the trade deadline has passed, Slay will first go through waivers, and teams around the league are already being linked to him. Naturally, Philadelphia has come up in the conversation. The Eagles have had instability at cornerback all season, and Slay still has strong ties there. He was even spotted cheering them on as a fan earlier this year during Pittsburgh's bye week. With Howie Roseman's habit of bringing back familiar faces, a reunion isn't out of the question. Meanwhile, the Steelers' secondary continues to shuffle. Brandon Echols is now starting, Ramsey has moved over to free safety, and Kyle Duggar, brought in via trade, is filling in for an injured Deshaun Elliott. And all of this is happening as Pittsburgh prepares to face Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, a challenge for any secondary, let alone one ranked near the bottom of the league in passing yards allowed. So Slay's chapter in Pittsburgh ends quickly, but his NFL future remains very much open. And given his resume, someone out there is likely picking up the phone soon. Stay subscribed for more videos.